4 years now, there's been a myth that's been circulated across the WNBA and mainstream media about Angel Reese. The myth that she is the face of the league, the star player, and someone whose impact transcends the court from various outlets, heralding her as the engine behind the WNBA's growth to the constant media pushes. Fans have been told time and again that Reese is the future of women's basketball. But here's the thing, this narrative is now unraveling before our eyes. In the latest round of All-Star voting, the numbers don't lie. Angel Reese is nowhere near the top, and she's not even close to sniffing the top 10. This isn't just about numbers, it's about performance, and Angel Reese has struggled in areas that are crucial for an all-star player, namely shooting efficiency. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, has once again proven herself as the true star, with over 515,000 votes leading the all-star ballot by a landslide. She's showing exactly why fans are rallying behind her. This is Clark's second consecutive year leading fan voting, and the excitement surrounding her is only growing. Fans are clearly responding to her on-the-court dominance, which stands in stark contrast to the manufactured media buzz around Reese. Despite the constant promotion, the reality is clear. Clark is out here breaking records, draining 30-foot shots, and filling arenas, while Reese's 30.9% shooting from the field raises serious questions about her credentials as a star. The entire narrative around Reese's supposed dominance in the league now feels more like a carefully constructed campaign, from Forbes hailing her as a key figure in the WNBA's growth to media outlets giving her endless screen time and praise. It's almost like the league is trying to force her into the role of a star player. The reality, however, is that while Reese's face has been plastered across advertisements, social media, and commercial breaks, her performance on the court simply hasn't matched the hype. Even worse, Caitlin Clark, who has been turning heads with every game, has 3 times the amount of votes as Angel Reese, highlighting a glaring disconnect between media perception and fan support. Reese's rise to fame has been largely built on visibility and hype rather than on the court results. She's become a household name not because of her skill, but because of her massive social media presence, and the media's relentless pushing of her as the face of the league. Yet, when it comes to real basketball stat scoring, passing, defending Clark is the one making waves. Clark's fanbase isn't just a result of her Instagram following, or the media constantly telling fans to watch her. It's because she's producing in every game. She's proven that she deserves the attention. Reese, on the other hand, has not. It's not just about being visible. It's about making an impact on the court. And that's something that Clark has done time and time again. When the fans made their voices heard with their votes, it wasn't Reese they voted for, it was Caitlin Clark. Let's talk numbers. Angel Reese is getting plenty of media attention, but her shooting efficiency and overall game don't match up to her star billing. Her 30.9% field goal percentage is one of the worst among qualified players in the league, and for a post player, that's concerning. Missing layups and struggling to score from the field isn't the behavior you'd expect from an all-star, and it raises serious questions about her skill set. While her fans might point to her rebounding numbers, the reality is that a lot of those rebounds come off her own missed shots. She's hustling, sure, but that doesn't make her an all-star. You can't expect to be a dominant force in the league if your game is one-dimensional. Rebounding is important, but it doesn't take the place of scoring, passing, or defending. And unfortunately, Reese's game lacks the balance needed to make her truly elite. Now, let's talk about what really makes the difference. Fan connection. Caitlin Clark didn't need to claim the throne, she earned it. Her quiet confidence, the way she plays under pressure, and her ability to deliver when the game is on the line have made her a favorite not just with fans, but with the entire league. She doesn't need to hype herself up on social media because her play speaks for itself. Angel Reese, on the other hand, has made a name for herself through bold claims and brash confidence. But when it comes to actual game time, that bravado doesn't match the performance on the court. The difference between the two is simple. Caitlin Clark lets her game do the talking. Angel Reese is still trying to convince people she belongs. And unfortunately, her stats aren't backing up the talk. Here's where it gets interesting. Reese is currently sitting in 13th place in All-Star voting. That's not a fluke. And it's not a small sample size. Despite all the media backing, all the endorsements, and all the marketing dollars spent on pushing her brand, the fans have spoken. They don't buy into the hype. They vote for who they believe is most deserving. And right now, that's not Angel Reese. Fans aren't just picking their favorite player, they're choosing the player who's making the biggest impact, and that's Caitlin Clark. It's clear from the voting results that Reese's connection to fans isn't as strong as the media would like to claim. It's not just about who's the loudest or who's been promoted the most. It's about who's putting in the work and showing up on the court. When it counts. If you want to compare the two, take a look at the numbers. Aaliyah Boston, for example, is a player who's been putting up double-doubles with a solid shooting percentage. Fans have recognized that, voting her into the top tier of all-star candidates. Kiki Arifin, another player who has consistently contributed on both ends of the floor, also ranks ahead of Reese. What sets these players apart from Reese isn't just their standout skills, it's their all-around game. They're versatile, they can do it all. Rebounding is important, but so is shooting, passing, and defense. And those players who excel in all those areas are getting the votes. But the real issue here goes beyond the voting. The WNBA has a massive opportunity right now to showcase its top players. And it's clear that the league needs to focus on performance, not hype. Fans are tired of being told who to like. They want to make their own decisions. And when it came time to vote for the All-Star Game, they made it loud and clear. Angel Reese isn't the face of the league. Caitlin Clark is. The reality is that Clark is the player who is driving the league's visibility, who is putting up huge numbers, and who is getting the fans in the stands. Reese, on the other hand, is still working on finding her place in the league. If she continues to rely on social media buzz and empty swagger without improving her game, her ceiling will remain capped, and fans will continue to look to other players like Clark to lead the way. At the end of the day, the All-Star vote isn't about who has the most followers or who can make the loudest claim. It's about who's making the most significant impact on the court. Caitlin Clark has proven time and time again that she's the real star, while Angel Reese is still trying to convince the world she's ready for the spotlight. The fans have made their decision, and the numbers don't lie. When you break it down, it's clear that Clark is leading the charge for the WNBA, not because of her social media following, but because she's delivering when it matters most.